I want to talk about estimating and the CESS estimating system and the whole story or the picture around estimating. Everyone draws this picture, especially if they're offering training on estimating, that it's just complicated. Um, it's hard to learn. You need to go through various classes to understand it. You have to learn all these different techniques, and I'm here to say all that is false. You do not know. You do not need to learn all those things. Now, estimating is a very tedious task, but it is a skill level that every construction entrepreneur should have. Now, with the CESS estimating system, I simplify this thing down to the lowest common denominator. Okay, basically what we're doing here on the CESS estimating system, if you open it up, you got the labor rates page, you got the line items page where you insert bid items, and then you go straight into the estimate to where you're inserting into the activities, right? And now every bid item, okay, you go through the same activities, okay? Labor, what is your labor? And then with the CESS estimating system, you don't have to understand Excel. I highly suggest that you do understand Excel eventually within your career. It's a very important Excel, Word, all that, right? But or even functioning a computer, right? But going through all the activities like labor, right? You go through the labor and it's drop downs, right? Whatever you input on the labor side, you just literally select that title and it that drop down inputs that labor rate, the labor burden for that, everything. Next section is raw materials. What do you have? Drywall, plywood, steel, doors, windows, anything such as that. Concrete, right? Next activity you get to is rental equipment. Okay, do you have any rental equipment you need for this particular bid item, for this line item that you're actually trying to estimate on? Okay, do you have any own equipment you want to add in there? And it gives you a discount to do own equipment. That's the great thing about having your own equipment. You can discount it to give you a competitive advantage on every estimate. Okay. Next one is vehicles. Okay. Do you have vehicles you're sending out for this particular bid item? Okay. Next one is aggregate and sand products. Do you need mortar? Right? Do you need sand? Do you need rocks? Right? Do you need concrete? Right? Ready mixed concrete. Okay. Do you have dump fees? Right? That's all you will include in the aggregates and sand products category. Okay. Do you next one is subcontractors and vendors. Do you need to add a subcontractor? Are you a drywall contractor and you do framing and drywall, but you don't do installation? So you need to, and you're adding installation to it. So you would add a installation subcontractor to this activity. Okay? You're plugging their price. You will add them into a separate page so they're in that drop down menu, and you can select them in that drop down menu and put the quantities in there. Okay. Next is per diem and hotel. Okay. Sometimes we're going out of town. Sometimes you have to pay per diem to your employees. Sometimes you have to do upfront costs for hotel. That's in there. Okay. Then the last item is overhead and profit and bonding. Some projects, public works project, government projects require bonding, project bonding. You put your bond rate in there. Under each bid item, okay, you put your bond rate in there. Your profit, you decide where your profit number is going to be at, okay? Your overhead percentage, you decide where your overhead percentage is going to be at. And you can see everything is covered within that one bid item sheet. And then when you go to the next bid item, right? You're going to go through the same activities. Once again, same activities. And that way, as you go through this process, you understand that, hey, This is what's needed on every bid item. And then you can complete a full bid. And what when this is done, you feel more confident about your number. You know that I have not missed anything. Okay? Now, listen, the CESS estimating system, the reason why I tell you that estimating is easy to learn is because I'm bringing in tradesmen and tradeswomen that already know their work. If you already do your work day in and day out and you understand the order of construction for your trade, I can teach you how to estimate. Now, it may take some time understanding how to formulate bid items, okay? So you can actually produce and build an estimate. But once you get that down, because the order of construction is your bid items. For whatever project you're doing, you have an order of construction for that project. So what is the order of construction? The order of construction is what do you have to do first? You have to do layout. Maybe you have to do demo. Maybe you have to do install something. Maybe you have to, what is the next thing you have to do? So those are the bid items. Those are what you will line up and add activities to. Okay. And then as you add activities to, then lastly, you would add the overhead profit and any bond rate. If there's no bond rate, then you leave that zero. Okay. And everything on the CESS estimating system has a drop down menu to make it easy for you to select the items that you need and faster as well. So get the CESS estimating system, follow the training. Estimating, you can make this thing a lot easier than what it is. It's not a complicated task. It is a skill set that every construction entrepreneur should have. Whether you're an owner, employee, it doesn't matter who you are. Everyone should have this valuable skill. Come learn it. Come understand it. And it's not as complicated as it is out in the industry. Follow this simple method, this simple system, so you can take your business to the next level. My construction entrepreneurs, check out the CESS estimating system. Click the link in the bio, visit the website, and I got a bunch of training videos on it. I do classes on the system as well. If you purchase it, you will also get some training classes with it as well. Simple, easy, and to the point. Catch you on the next one.